For the first time in 30 years, an American carrier has entered the Norwegian Sea, strategic waters, and a new duel with a resurgent Russia. Rear Admiral Gene Black commands Carrier Truman Strike Group 8.
The Russian Navy has come back to sea and continues to operate.
Russia is operating more submarines in places they have not ventured before. Silent subs that have fired missiles deep into Syria. We are suited up and shuttled to a nearby guided missile destroyer. Exclusive access, 3 days and nights aboard the USS Forrest Sherman. Her captain and crew, sub-hunters. Senior naval officers stress the U.S. is now engaged in the fourth battle of the Atlantic, following World War I, World War II, and the Cold War. Down this ladder, near the ship's bow, are the eyes and ears of the destroyer. It's here in the sonar room where a sub is detected and the hunt begins. Inside, we are allowed to film a secret world. Teams girding for high-stakes hide-and-seek beneath the waves. Lieutenant Malia Montgomery runs what's called combat acoustics.
Russia has developed a lot more submarines with a lot more stealthier capabilities.
How silent can they get?
They can be very quiet and go for long periods of time without us being able to track them.
Locating and identifying is sonar tech Jillian Wendland's job.
I personally like to think of them as snakes, not necessarily in a bad way, because not all snakes are poisonous.
But some are.
Some are.
Now listening for Russian subs from sonar buoys dropped from choppers. On the bridge, Captain Ryan O'Loughlin points to the recent Russian sub buildup as the #1 reason for the United States and its NATO allies to be here.
Is there a submarine there? Maybe, maybe not. But it definitely makes you cautious. It's a very potent weapon.
Shipping's not the only concern. More than 90% of digital information travels along undersea cables. Locked and loaded in these frigid waters thousands of miles from home.
It is that game of chess. There's a challenge to it, it's a skill, and it takes practice.
A game with dire implications as the Navy anticipates its undersea rivals' next move. Kevin Tibbles, NBC News in the North Atlantic.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.